Now on to Columbia Noir Volume 3 set. Number 312, and the first movie in this set is Johnny O'Clock. And this might just be my favourite noir movie from all three sets so far. I just utterly adored this one. It's something about the characters, the storyline, how you're just thrown into everything that's just so wonderful. You do get Lee J. Cobb as Inspector Koch. That's who we're introduced to at the start. This is the man who's going to kind of drop a lot of information and get us into the meat of the story, which it jumps into really quickly. He's there to see Johnny O'Clock, this man who has several aliases, but who kind of works within a gambling den, running it, makes sure it's going perfectly smooth. And this seems to be a very smart man, a man who knows exactly what he's doing, who can see all the angles, who doesn't really get caught up in a lot of the drama that's going on. Mostly. He's played by Dick Powell in a wonderful performance, but he has so much going on that creates such a wonderful character that I was in on the story and wanted to see where this was going to go. He has a kind of partner in the form of Guido, who he's sleeping with his wife. He seems to be having affairs with lots of people. He seems to be very astute in eyeing up what everything is going on. There is a story in the paper about a gambler who's been murdered. There is a dirty cop who seems to be involved with all this as well. And there is going to be a murder plot that kickstarts the movie. When a young girl is murdered, someone that Johnny knew, things are kind of kicked into gear when her sister arrives. Nancy Hobson, who you can instantly see there's a kind of connection between Johnny O'Clock and Nancy as they kind of hit it off immediately. They both liked her sister and want to get to the bottom of what's going on in their own kind of way. And you have all of these different factions, whether it be Guido, whether it be Hobson, whether it be Johnny or Inspector Koch or Bladen, the dirty cop that's there. You've got all these different characters going on and you're never quite sure what any one of them is up to at a given time. Now, although we follow Johnny and we get to see his machinations and what he's up to and the people within his life, you still know that he's on top of the game, but you're never quite sure what he's actually thinking. And this movie does go at a blistering pace. It seems to be firing information or clues at you constantly. And I like how we follow various different people. It's not just Johnny we're with. We'll jump to Guido or we'll jump to Inspector Koch as well as he's just investigating. And Cobb is one of my favourite actors of this era. Just doing wonderful performances. Just see him investigating, going to the apartment where a girl was murdered, seeing how you can lock the door from the outside, finding out things like that. It's just wonderfully set up. And I really did just love this world building here. You get to know all the main players. You get to see all the characters. You get to see the intricacies of those characters as well. They're not just on the surface caricatures. They have things that they want. They have envy. They have greed. They've got something driving them forward. The kind of politeness as well is something I always appreciate, whether it's with Koch and Johnny, as they have a little bit of banter that sometimes can escalate to something a little bit more. There is some kind of roughhousing fight scenes. There is some wonderfully ideas of directing touches in this one. There's a moment where a car is shot at, but you don't see anything. You just simply see the reaction on a character to this scenario happening. And it's possibly done for budgetary, it could be done for creative means, but either way, it just adds to it. You don't need to see a car being sprayed with bullets. The sounds, the idea is more creative and adds to the imagination of what has just happened. Johnny O'Clock was brilliant fun, great characters, a super fast storyline that kept moving and kept me interesting, wonderful dialogue that just sparkled and came back in a repetitive fashion with different connotations each time, which was really great and something I really enjoyed. Performances all round were wonderful, and it just instantly became a movie that I really, really enjoyed almost instantaneously. It's that good. I'd love to know your thoughts on Johnny O'Clock. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.